Because, I mean, everybody be checking in. That's your favorite thing to do, check in with somebody that's gonna rob your stupid ass.
Wow.
Yo, you think that guy, the guy that you don't know in California got your back? The guy that got beef with other hoods and all this, you checking into that dude?
The checking in part, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected.
Drama is heating up in the hip-hop world, and this time it involves none other than Schoolboy Q, J. Prince, and Drake. With accusations flying and tensions running high, it's shaping up to be one wild ride. So grab your popcorn and settle in, because this is a story you won't want to miss. Let's dive right in. Recently, there's been a lot of buzz about the concept of checking in. For those who might not be familiar, this is a practice where rappers, when visiting new cities, are expected to check in with local figures for protection or permission to move freely. It's a tradition that has deep roots in the street culture, but Schoolboy Q is not buying into it, and he's making his feelings known. In the world of hip-hop, where street credibility can be everything, the idea of checking in has long been a way for local gangs or influential figures to maintain control over outsiders. But Schoolboy Q is calling out the whole concept as outdated and ridiculous, especially for seasoned artists like himself who've been in the game for years. However, this isn't just about the general idea of checking in. Q has a specific beef with J. Prince, a name synonymous with power and influence in Houston. Why does this matter? Here's the scoop. Drake, who has long been under the protective wing of J. Prince, apparently tried to flex that muscle by banning artists linked to Kendrick Lamar from performing in Houston. It seems Drake thought his connection with J. Prince would keep everyone in line, but he might have miscalculated. Let's rewind a bit to grasp why this is such a big deal. J. Prince has been a key figure in the Houston rap scene for decades, and his name carries serious weight. He's often been seen as a protector for artists like Drake, especially when street politics come into play. But Schoolboy Q isn't impressed. In fact, he made it clear that he's not afraid of Drake's so-called mob ties. Earlier this month, Schoolboy Q made a bold move by performing in Houston in front of a packed crowd, sending a message that he's not intimidated by any behind-the-scenes drama. But he didn't stop there. Q took the opportunity to address the absurdity of the whole checking-in culture head-on. Q didn't mince words. He called the practice goofy and downright embarrassing, especially for someone as established as J. Prince, who still engages in these power games. This wasn't just a critique of a fading tradition. It was a direct shot at J. Prince and his continued influence in the hip-hop world. But the story doesn't end there. Schoolboy Q's challenge to this checking-in culture is shaking up the entire scene. For years, extortion and tactics like these have been part of hip-hop's darker side. But as Q and others start pushing back, it raises a crucial question. Is this the beginning of the end for these outdated practices?
Why do you want to go over there?
Right.
For what? Don't call me.
Right.
Oh, it's a you having a nerve to call me sometime. Like, like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm playing video games. My daughter got a soccer game tomorrow, bro. Grow the up.
To truly understand, we need to look at the history of extortion in the music industry. These practices have deep roots, tracing back to the mafia in 18th century Italy. By the 20th century, similar tactics had made their way to America's inner cities, where street gangs and organized crime groups adopted them. As hip-hop began to rise, these groups saw a new opportunity, targeting artists who were making serious money. Extortion quickly became embedded in hip-hop culture, with even the biggest names in the industry falling prey. Remember when artists like Tupac and Eazy-E were targets of extortion schemes? In 2011, shocking FBI documents revealed that the Jewish Defense League, a right-wing group, had been extorting several big-name rap artists, including Tupac, using threats to demand protection money. These revelations served as a stark reminder of how pervasive and dangerous these practices have been in the music industry. Fast forward to today, and while the game has changed, extortion still plays a role in hip-hop, though in different forms. Consider Kanye West, who once found himself in a sticky situation in Philadelphia and had to call on Beanie Sigel for backup when some shady characters rolled up on him at a diner.
Yeah, and he was feeling how some dudes was like looking at him sideways at his jewelry or whatever.
Yeah.
And he started to get kind of nervous, and he called you up.
No, he didn't call me up personally.
Well, somehow it got you.
You know, 2 ways you could put out the blast. It could go to everybody who was, yeah, he put the blast out that he felt threatened.
Right.
Yeah.
And you showed up.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, you let them know that nothing was going to happen to Kanye.
Nah.
That's not how it went down.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, yeah, okay, nothing was going to happen to him. Not while I was there. Nothing was going to happen to him.
Did you feel that Kanye was being paranoid, or do you think that something might have actually happened with the people that you confronted at that point?
No, he wasn't being paranoid. They had chairs pulled up to his table where he was eating at with his friends, and they wasn't eating.
Oh.
Yeah.
So something was about to happen to Kanye.
Yeah. Yeah, it was real.
It was real.
Yeah, they played the food was cold. There was only a couple bites taken out of them.
Or Rick Ross, who back in 2014 was supposed to headline a summer jam event in Detroit, only to be stopped by local enforcers of the city's infamous no-fly zone, leaving Ross and his crew spooked.
That was just for, what does this no-fly zone mean?
It was for record labels.
Okay.
When record labels used to have like street teams, and that was back in the A&R days. You know, they would have a promo team, take the artists, you know, A&R take the artists to different locations, and it was like they were just coming to Detroit and wasn't picking up nothing. It was like they would charge the local artists to perform. They would charge the local artists to perform, and the local artists would bring 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 people sometimes to this event that will pay to get in. It's like, how is you charging them and they bringing you revenue?
Even DaBaby had a run-in with this culture when he was confronted by a local gang during a video shoot in East Atlanta. Instead of backing down, DaBaby stood his ground, refusing to sign any permission slips. And luckily, the situation ended without violence.
What's happening? Oh, yeah. Oh. Ain't nobody signed up a permission slip for me. Mm-mm. Huh? Oh, yeah. I ain't know that. Okay. Okay. That's cool. You said what? Nah. I don't know nothing I ain't get told about. Nah. Ain't none of that going on. Look, like I say, I all the little youngins out there. That's cool. But they're cool. Hey, well, they're cool. They ain't gotta fuck with me, but I ain't signing no permission slip nowhere. That ain't what I do. Hey, look. If you wanted to come politic, you could have came in politic. Hey, that's all good, big homie. They said he could have just came in politic. You know, that's what real niggas do. I ain't no pee-wee. But check out what I'm saying. I ain't no pee-wee though, so it don't go like that. It gotta be respect. It gotta be respect. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. It gotta be respect. Look, nah. Y'all just come, y'all give respect. Y'all would've got the utmost respect. You see what I say? What's good with y'all? Y'all all right? Nah, okay, yeah, check it out. Y'all come with respect. Y'all would've got respect. But it ain't no, come on, don't do it like that. Just don't do it like that. You feel me?
These incidents highlight how the checking in culture, while perhaps not as overt as it once was, still lingers in the background of the industry. Now let's bring J. Prince back into the picture. Known as Drake's longtime protector, J. Prince's name has surfaced in numerous shady dealings over the years. One infamous example was in July 2020, when NBA YoungBoy's Houston home was robbed and J. Prince publicly offered to return his stolen items. Many saw this as a thinly veiled attempt at extortion, with J. Prince essentially telling YoungBoy, "You want your stuff back? There's a price." YoungBoy wasn't having it, taking to Instagram Live to tell J. Prince that if he had something for him, he should have handled it directly, not through social media.
Hey, I don't want no friends, I don't want no new relationships. I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, plenty of around me you could call. Man, it's plenty ways you could get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that. saying shit. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your business, man.
It was a bold stance, considering J. Prince's fearsome reputation, but it signaled that not everyone is willing to play by the old rules. Then there's the tragic story of Takeoff, the Migos rapper who was killed in Houston while under the supposed protection of J. Prince's son, Jazz Prince. Many fans believe Kendrick Lamar referenced this incident in his diss track, Euphoria, warning J. Prince to stay out of his beef with Drake unless he wants his son's secrets exposed. It's a chilling reminder of the dangerous web of connections that run deep in the hip-hop industry. And this brings us back to Schoolboy Q, who is emerging as the latest rapper to stand against the checking-in culture. He's clearly not interested in playing these games, making it clear that no one will extort him or dictate where he can perform. Q's recent show in Houston is a powerful statement, showing that artists can push back against these outdated practices. What's even more interesting is the rumor that Drake allegedly tried to cancel Schoolboy Q's shows in Canada and Houston, thinking that J. Prince would back him up. If this is true, it shows just how desperate Drake is to maintain control and keep his rivals at bay. But it appears J. Prince is no longer interested in fighting Drake's battles, leaving Drake to fend for himself. Fans are now questioning whether Drake really believed he could control who performs in Houston from afar, and they're calling him out for being delusional. Meanwhile, J. Prince is facing criticism for continuing to play these street games at his age, with many saying it's time for him to step back and let the new generation take over. So, what do you make of all this? Is Schoolboy Q right to challenge the checking-in culture? And what about J. Prince and Drake? Are they losing their grip on the hip-hop scene? It's clear that things are shifting, and artists like Schoolboy Q are at the forefront of this change. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more updates on the latest hip-hop drama. The game is always evolving, and you can count on us to keep you in the loop. Stay tuned for our next video. You won't want to miss what's coming next.